A very warm welcome to the weekly Forex forecast from the tradingmentors.com. Hope you're having a wonderful Easter weekend. Not eating too many Easter eggs, I hope. And so let's have a look at the markets. The DXY is where we start. The DXY dictates to us which direction the dollar is going. And so we are seeing further weaker dollar, but this week we've seen absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing has gone nowhere at all. What this means is that all the dollar pairs will be flat as a pancake, and we have to wait for a break. I suspect the continuation of the weakness is likely to continue, but you may see a bounce up into this area 100 and then the fall continues, but we'll have to wait and see on this. This simply means that the euro dollar, the pound US dollar will be mixed. The yen futures contracts dictates to us which direction we go with all the yens, and shorts are the order of the day because the strength in the yen futures ensures that the yen pairs all go down and we have a parabolic trend to the downside. Again, very similar to the DXY we've seen the last week, that the price has actually gone nowhere. I expect the price to bounce at some stage and break these barriers, but until it does, we won't know for sure. But definitely parabolic and definitely holding on to market structure. Similar situation for the Swiss franc futures, as you can see. Completely sideways for the last week with ultra low volumes, and let's hope that after the bank holiday we see some action. I suspect the price will bounce and move up, which means we'll be looking to sell all these Swiss pairs into the week. S&P 500, as mentioned in the VIP room. If you're not a member in the VIP room on Telegram, then just click on the links below. All the links are below that you need to become a member. So here we go, further weakness into the S&P 500. May need to push up a little bit more, but continued weakness down to 4900 into this area into the week. Similar situation for the FTSE 100. We have a little bit fighting against the barrier here. This indicator here, special settings, tells us that the price is weak or the price is strong. Very simple, very straightforward, even easy for beginners. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. So I do expect weakness, but it could be mixed, this one, or we may switch this one off. The Hang Seng looks really good, actually. It's not gone anywhere for the last week. Again, like most markets into the week, not quite sure which direction they're going, but heading for 19,248. The German DAX has a similar story. We are expecting falls, but of course, as quickly as we expect falls, the price could break all the barriers and then start to move up. But I don't think, as long as it holds on to market structure, i.e. downwards, lower highs, lower lows, then I expect the price to fall down to 18,750. Nasdaq, very similar story, as you can see, gone nowhere, but continued down, back down to 17,103 this week. Gold has really gone nowhere in terms of the long-term charts. As you can see here, it's capped at this rate here. I think there is going to be further bullish momentum. I've just done a blog on it, and you can see that I expect the price that on the gold on Steros software to come down into Tuesday, possibly heading to 32.95, where we could see a bounce into this area, convergence area, into demand. And then we could see it come back up to 33.50. That's my prediction for next week. Do not ignore it. Euro dollar, I did make some amendments on this in the VIP room. The price has gone absolutely nowhere, of course, because the DXY is going nowhere. That's how it works. But I do expect to pull back into 11297, where we have a pending order, and it will converge with the trend line as well, and up to 11751. Pound USD, I'm just not convinced of this. I think euro dollar is a better trade. I think this will probably pull back into this area here and retest the support lines and then head for 134.16. My preference is the euro dollar so far. Aussie USD, New Zealand USD, completely mixed. Have no idea where they're going now. So there's better trades available. Further weakness is likely on the US Swiss, but until we get confirmation, we need to see it break this support line. So there is likely to be a break of structure here. Congratulations on the move. 535 pips potentially if you traded it from the VIP room. Similar situation with US Canada. Lovely move there. Again, we're not seeing the pullbacks that we would like, but however, I think this is definitely one to watch into next week. US yen, similar story, flat as a pancake. The yen futures are flat, the DXY is flat, US yen is flat. That's how it works. Euro Aussie, into the Euro Aussie, into the buy zone, which we like on the Advanced Pro charts, and a pretty perfect situation. It's not gone anywhere, but there we are. Such is life. But it's still sitting on the demand area, and it still looks good. So heading for 184.89. Pound Aussie. Not looking as good as the Euro Aussie, to be honest. Looking a little bit flat. So if you're going to choose one, choose the Euro Aussie. Don't trade both, please. If you trade both, you're risking twice as much for the same move. Now the Euro Canadian, we're into this already. Come down into the buy zone 157.12 and heading for 159.31. You can see the shape. Bit of resistance there, but I think that's going to be blown away. I've marked all the trends already, so I don't need to look at these. I will have a quick look, but yeah, they're mixed. I can see straight away. So on the Advanced Pro charts, we can see further weaknesses likely on the Aussie New Zealand. Continuation to the downtrend. There is a support line here at 106.96, but I think this will get blown out. And further downside, this has got a long way to go, so it's one to look out for. Euro Swiss, I did expect the price to come back into this area of 93.88, but it's not done that. It may still do it into Tuesday. We'll have to wait and see. New Zealand Swiss, we got stopped out on this one, and it has changed direction to a certain extent, probably just due to low volume, so a small 30 pips loss, never mind. And you can see the shape of this now. It has changed. It's not a change of character as such, but not one we want to be trading. Aussie Swiss looking better. Pull up into this area at 52.73 is going to be a convergence area into this trend line here, where we're likely to see a back down to 50.50 and a bit more near the 500 mark. Canadian Swiss, congratulations on the move there. 160 pips, nothing going on there. Pound Swiss, continued downtrend, no major pullback as such, but I think this will continue down, so it's definitely one to watch. Swiss yen, we've gone live into this at 173.20. Remember that the round numbers are really important, so 0, 0, 20, 50, 80, they're all very important numbers. So if you've got a 50% fib at 173.10, let's say, just push it up to 173.20, and that will be the number that's usually grabbed. So we're up, 75 pips or so, it doesn't really matter. 314 pips is expected back to the resistance line of 176.38. Euro yen, very, very slow, holding on to that support line there. But looks okay. As long as the yen futures holds intact, then we should see this go down. Aussie yen, you've been very patient with this one. It's went up to the 50% fib a week or two ago, and now it's completely sideways. The target is 86.56, so that should do well. Pound yen is flat as a pancake. Not doing anything at all. We need the yen futures to drive this. So there's still lots going on despite the quiet markets last week. The market structures of all the positions we've got open are still intact, and we hope that the markets give us some higher volume into next week. And look out for gold. Gold's going to be highly profitable next week. Have a great weekend.